Hey Chantal, lots of questions here. I have wrinkles going here. What can I do? And especially here, I've never smoked, but I'm a dog groomer, so I've been doing that for 20 years, 30 years. So if you can let me know what I can do about this, and obviously, well, everything. Look at this. Little crow's lines and a little bit of help me out.
Oh my God, this is awesome. A lot of times people want a personalized assessment and they can go online and do all kinds of research, but doing a consultation is key. Let's start from the top. This is great because now you can actually see me in action on how I would do a consultation. When I look at this young lady, her name is Rhonda, I see that she's extremely bubbly, very animated. When she's talking, her forehead muscles are lifting up. She's got big, beautiful eyes. And you can see when she smiles, you can see the wrinkles that are happening around her crow's feet. Let's go back and do the top layer of the skin. So the first thing I would instruct Rhonda is that, maybe we should consider getting her on some good skincare to get her, protecting her skin a little bit from sun damage. It looks like she spends a lot of time in the sun. Look at her earrings. She looks like she loves the beach. She's got sun damage, a few spots. And again, this is something that as kids, we were really not protected. We protect our kids better now today, but protecting that top layer. The next thing is, in the fall, I would consider doing things like an IPL or a BBL to deal with some of that sun damage. Definitely some Botox or Xeomin would help with kind of that crease that's happening here. It would open her eyes a little bit more. If you look at her eyebrows, they do sit a little bit lower, and this is natural as we age. We have a lot of stuff that's happening, and you can go to some of my previous videos and learn about, how we age, what happens when we have this kind of downward descent or the downward drop. It's multifaceted. We've got bone resorption, we've got loss of volume in our temple, we've got structural change and laxity of the skin, so everything's coming down a little bit. And then we have those muscles that are having a natural tug of war. We have this one pulling down, we've got this one pulling up, and we've got these ones that are also pulling downward. Okay, so by interrupting them a little bit with Botox, if you go back to my what to expect for $500 of Botox, you'll see exactly where I would inject, and those results would give her a more fresh, open look. Okay, now, great smile. And this is something that I giggle at when I see all these young girls with their straws or their Stanley cups, or, they're constantly smoking, which, Rhonda doesn't smoke, but she's whistling and she's, right? So she's creating that circular muscle that's contracting in, and that constant contraction of that perioral muscle, or the orbicularis oris, is causing those wrinkles to become permanent. Okay, so we can stop that muscle from contracting. It's called a lip flip. As we age, the lips are nice and like this, and as we age, they start contracting. But with Rhonda's case, she's constantly pursing her lips. So if we do a little Botox on the upper lip, she won't be able to do that sound anymore. I'd like to see a video of what you will do after we do a lip flip on you. But, again, it would stop those lines from getting worse. Now, to actually treat those permanent lines or abnormal, we call it an abnormal scar formation because that constant creasing of the tissue creates a scar or a lack of collagen. So you could do things like microneedling with exosomes. We could do a fractional CO2 that creates that thermal injury and starts stimulating collagen. Now, I would be very weary of adding dermal fillers to her lips. I mean, you could put a little bit, but not a lot. She might have a higher risk of migration of product. Or if you try to fill those lines up here, that's what gives you that duck lip. So I would tackle her with a neuromodulator first, stimulating collagen, so microneedling, fractional CO2, anything that's going to create an injury to stimulate new collagen. Okay, so Botox for sure. I would see how she would respond, and then, only then, would I possibly do a little bit of lip filler if she needs it. Okay, the dead giveaway as we get older is putting lip filler in and you look done. Okay, so we want to make sure that it fits her lifestyle as well. You can see that her smile, she gets a little bit of this circular line that comes up under her nose. And I think sometimes even doing a little bit of a neuromodulator in that gummy smile will relax that muscle that's pulling up from here that gives her a little bit more of that gum. So it alleviates that a little bit. The other thing I would do is get her to look on a profile and give me a smile, because if her nose turns down when she smiles, I may also put a little bit of Botox right here to actually stop that pull down. So as we age, you know, people think, oh, my nose is getting bigger, but when they smile, this nose actually tip comes down, so we can stop that from happening. But when I generally look at, you know, Rhonda here, I'm going to do a full assessment, come up with a treatment plan, a budget that fits into her budget, and we decide what we're going to tackle at what point within the year. I want to thank you, Rhonda, for sending me this video. This is great. If you want to send me your video of your skin concerns, you can DM me in my Instagram, and I look forward to seeing them. Thank you. Make sure you give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.